The basis of our political systems is the right of the people to make and to alter their constitutions of government. One of the expedients of party to acquire influence, within particular districts, is to misrepresent the opinions and aims of other districts. Someday, following the example of the United States of America, there will be a United States of Europe. Arbitrary power is most easily established on the ruins of liberty abused to licentiousness. Wherein you reprove another, be unblameable yourself, for example is more prevalent than precepts. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those few be well tried before you give them your confidence. George Washington famously warned against ungenerously throwing upon posterity the burden which we ourselves ought to bear. To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. If the cause is advanced, indifferent is it to me where or in what quarter it happens. Harmony, liberal intercourse with all nations, are recommended by policy, humanity, and interest. A man ought not to value himself of his achievements or rare qualities of wit, much less of his riches, virtue or kindred. In no instance have the churches been guardians of the liberties of the people. James Madison, U.S. President. The great mass of our citizens require only to understand matters rightly, to form right decisions. 90 Being set at meat, scratch not, neither spit, cough or blow your nose except there's a necessity for it. Every man thinks God is on his side. The rich and powerful know he is. Jean Anouilh, French dramatist and playwright. The government of the United States is not, in any sense, founded on the Christian religion. John Adams, U.S. President. Government is not reason, it is not eloquence. It is force. And force, like fire, is a dangerous servant, and a fearful master. Reason and experience both forbid us to expect that national morality can prevail, in exclusion of religious principles. This would be the best of all possible worlds, if there were no religion in it. John Adams, U.S. President. Those who have committed no faults want no pardon. We are only defending what we deem our indisputable rights. If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led, like sheep to the slaughter. I hope I shall possess firmness and virtue enough to maintain what I consider the most enviable of all titles, the character of an honest man. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. Associate yourself with men of good quality, if you esteem your own reputation. For 'tis better to be alone than in bad company. Happiness depends more upon the internal frame of a person's own mind, than on the externals in the world. Experience teaches us that it is much easier to prevent an enemy from posting themselves than it is to dislodge them after they have got possession. To encourage literature and the arts is a duty which every good citizen owes to his country. I conceive a knowledge of books as the basis upon which other knowledge is to be built. Where are our men of abilities? Why did they not come forth to save their country? Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those be well tried before you give them your confidence. Discipline is the soul of an army. It makes small numbers formidable, procures success to the weak, and esteem to all. We should not look back unless it is to derive useful lessons from past errors, and for the purpose of profiting by dearly bought experience. There is nothing so likely to produce peace as to be well prepared to meet the enemy. No punishment, in my opinion, is too great for the man who can build his greatness upon his country's ruin. I hold the maxim no less applicable to public than to private affairs, that honesty is always the best policy. Gentlemen, you will permit me to put on my spectacles, for I have grown not only gray, but almost blind in the service of my country. It is absolutely necessary for me to have persons that can think for me, as well as execute orders. Strive not with your superiors in argument, but always submit your judgment to others with modesty. A slender acquaintance with the world must convince every man that actions, not words, are the true criterion of the attachment of friends. Individuals entering into society must give up a share of liberty to preserve the rest.